Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
Good evening, everyone. First tonight, the appeal by convicted murderer Susan Neil-Fraser has taken a spectacular turn. Key witness Megan Vass told the court yesterday she was on the Four Winds yacht when Bob Chappell disappeared. But today, she claimed to have no memory of the incident, confirming her evidence was the result of threats and coercion.
Arriving at court a day after her bombshell evidence, Megan Vass claimed she and 3 others boarded Bob Chappell's yacht on Australia Day 2009. Bob was alone, there was a confrontation, then blood, but today she conceded her story was made up. Is it the case that you've got no memory of being on the boat at all, she was asked. Yes, she replied. Isn't it the case that over the years you've been hounded to say that you were on the boat and that Mr Chappell arced up and there was a scuffle? Yes, she said. Miss Vass confirmed one person threatened to put her in the boot of a car unless she admitted to being at the murder scene. Prosecution's Director Daryl Coates went on to question, they've continually said to you that Susan Neil-Fraser is in prison. She needs to go home so she can die with her family. That's what they have said to you. Yes, she said again. By lunchtime, Neil-Fraser's lawyers abandoned Miss Vass as a key witness, admitting her evidence was neither fresh nor compelling. Supporters were left deflated but defiant.
I'm not prepared to stand here now and say it's all collapsed. I've got an open mind. Let's see how it plays out.
It's obviously been an extremely tough couple of days for us, but regardless of how things play out in this forum, we're going to continue to fight until an innocent woman is released from prison. She does not deserve to be there.
Neil-Fraser's lawyers will now turn their attention to DNA evidence belonging to Miss Vass found on the Four Winds yacht. The appeal continues tomorrow. Sean McComish, 7 Tasmania News.
Parliament has returned for the first sitting day of the year. The week is set to be dominated by debate on voluntary assisted dying legislation. Our reporter Meg Sides joins us now from Parliament Lawns. Meg, what progress has been made today?
Well, Kim, it's been a slow day of back and forth debate ahead of what's set to be a mammoth week in Parliament. While the majority of the lower house voted in favour of voluntary assisted dying legislation at the end of last year, they now have to debate the bill clause by clause before the final vote. And that's turning out to be a very slow process. More than 100 amendments are expected to be brought forward over the course of the week, and the majority of them from Sarah Courtney, the sponsor of the bill.
I would ask the member to give this committee, this House, a guarantee that this bill is being proceeded with very strong and comprehensive amendments.
I can stand here today and say with the amendments that I have moved, I believe, and the debate that will ensure, I have confidence that we will deliver for Tasmanians the best possible outcome.
Independent Madeline Ogilvie also moved an amendment this afternoon. It would have allowed organisations like aged care facilities to essentially opt out of helping people access voluntary assisted dying. That was eventually voted down. And Kim, debate will continue tomorrow with the legislation still expected to be passed by the end of the week.
Okay, thank you very much, Meg. A Holocaust survivor says a new memorial in Hobart will be of benefit to all Tasmanians. An interpretation centre will be established recognising the World War II travesty and following the construction of similar centres in other states. FELIX Goldschmeid was 9 years old when he came to Australia to rebuild his life after surviving the Holocaust.
Racial prejudice, discrimination, hatred, those are the things that we've got to try and avoid in the future.
This is an example of what we can do to ensure that future generations say never again.
$2 million of federal funding will go towards the project. Some 6 million Jews, 2/3 of Europe's Jewish population, were murdered by the Nazis. Locally again now, a bushwalker suffering hypothermia has been rescued from Cradle Mountain. The search party of emergency authorities found the woman early this morning in the Lees Paddocks area after she activated her personal locator beacon late last night. The Westpac rescue helicopter was deployed this morning and airlifted the woman to the Royal Hobart Hospital. The woman in her 40s and travelling from Queensland suffered no other injuries. A driver has managed to walk away after rolling a cement truck in Brighton. A crane was needed to right the fully laden vehicle which toppled on Jubilee Avenue. Emergency services remained at the scene and traffic was diverted while the operation took place. Wiping now to a sewerage truck which rolled while trying to turn onto Holbrook Street in Invermay this morning. Traffic was diverted while the spilled waste was collected by another vehicle. Police are still investigating the crash but are unlikely to lay charges. The 43-year-old driver from Mowbray was taken to hospital with minor injuries. A Tasmanian horse has sold for the highest price in the state's history without being seen in person. Buyers from Hong Kong have paid more than $500,000 for the colt from Grenville stud, breaking the old record by $50,000.
Bart McCulloch had an inkling the latest colt to come out of Grenville stud would be in high demand.
Heading into the sale, we felt that he was the sort of horse that Hong Kong buyers would like. He's a big, strong colt.
But the buying price of $550,000 well exceeded his expectations.
We were hopeful that he might make a couple of $100,000, and then when we got to the sales and he was extremely popular, we thought, that was very achievable and he might surprise us and make a little bit more. But, it wasn't in our wildest dreams.
It's the most expensive horse sold, both at the Whitemore Farm and in Tasmania's history.
We've been breeding horses. My dad's been doing it for over 40 years and we've never got near that figure. It was pretty emotional. It was a big day for the stud and, just a reward for a number of years of hard work.
It was the Hong Kong Jockey Club that forked out the huge fee. The sire, Deep Field, had impressed in Hong Kong with 5 wins himself.
He was by the right stallion. The progeny of Deep Field are going exceptionally well here in Australia and in Hong Kong.
Next for the farm, 5 horses will be shown in front of prospective buyers in Adelaide next week. However, they're expecting that sale to be a little more tame. Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
Well, Hobart's housing market has continued to skyrocket, according to REA's Home Price Index report. The median price sits at $495,000, growth of nearly 10% in the past year, making it the 4th most expensive capital city in the nation. Regional Tasmanian prices are also on the up, rising by more than 11%, the 2nd fastest growing region in the nation.
To motorsport, Tasmanian Tim Shaw's team will chase a 2nd championship in 2021 after joining the Australian Motor Racing Series. Shaw will race in the Trans Am category of the series, which begins at Sydney's Eastern Creek this weekend. He and co-driver Brett Holdsworth will continue racing in the separate Trans Am series, which came to Tasmania in January.
Good evening. Hope your Tuesday panned out well for you. Hobart 16 degrees today, Launceston and Devonport 19, Burnie a high of 18. Cressy was the state's top, 20 degrees as temperatures sat a little on the cool side. Flinders Island, Low Head and St Helens 19, Smithton and Bushy Park 18. Friendly Beaches 17 today, Strawn and King Island 16, Grove 15 and Lyoweeney a top of just 8. Extensive low cloud moved across the state from the southwest this afternoon. A clear area developed over the central north. Large areas of cloud off North Queensland with the tropical cyclone, stormy conditions over northern New South Wales and parts of central WA, some low cloud over our region and the southeast of the nation. Tomorrow a large high over the Bight takes control over most of southern Australia. The cyclone moves off the coast as the trough remains through the north. Winds west to southwesterly at 15 to 25 knots, reaching 30 knots over the lower east in the morning and later over the south. Lighter winds over the inland lakes. Strong wind warning has been issued for waters between Tasman Island and Low Rocky Point. Hobart, looking for 18 and cloudy tomorrow. Same for Geeveston, but a shower popping in there. Cloudy for Bothwell and 14. Launceston, 20 and partly cloudy. Devonport cloudy, a high of 18 degrees. Cressy, a top of 19 tomorrow. Burnie expecting 19, a cloudy day. Showery for Strawn, 17 the maximum. Curry on King Island, 17 as well. 19 the high for St Helens and partly cloudy. Swansea 18, a top of 18 for Orford. UV at a very high 8 for Wednesday. On Thursday, a few showers through Bass Strait along with the west and south. St Helens fine though on 24. Freshening southwest winds on Friday, a possible light shower for the west and south. And a fine start to the weekend, but cool and partly cloudy. Launceston 23. Showers and a possible storm in Perth. Sunny in Adelaide, a cloudy 18 in Melbourne. An early shower forecast in Sydney and showers and 28 in Brisbane. Cloudy and cool in Hobart, 13 the current temperature, 17 in Launceston, sunny in Devonport still and 17 degrees right now. Kim, I hope that forecast wasn't too disappointing for you. Give it a couple of months and we'll all be disappointed with the weather.
That is very true, but that was a very impressive forecast. Thank you, Murph. That is all your news for now. I'll be back later with updates. Thanks for joining us. Good night.